Greetings to all you lovely ladies and gentlemen who have once again stumbled upon one of my reviewish series Thoughts Upon videos. This time we shall be investigating what good is a music box where there's no one to wind it up. In order to answer this question, we should consult our senior staff member Mario in his indie horror title called Mario the Music Box. So for the duration of this session, please grab a cup of hot coffee, tea, or whatever you like. Sit back and enjoy. I shall take you through the whole journey on PC platform as always. So just to begin with the introduction here, what exactly is Mario the Music Box? Well, it is a free survival horror / puzzle indie fan game created with the infamous RPG Maker XP, starring everyone's all-time favorite video game Plumber Brothers, Mario and Luigi. There are various other cast members which you might recognize from the Mario universe as well, but prominently the game revolves around Mario, just as you might think. The game is said to be inspired by other classic horror RPG Maker games such as Corpse Party, Mad Father and Witch's House. That's not exactly the whole story here. You see, there is a real-life backstory provided with the game regarding the developers and why the game even came to be like it is in its final form. It goes around explaining the developers' personal demons, sad experiences in life, traumas, therapy sessions, and how they all played a huge role in the development process of the game. Well, I guess it's good enough story to push in the creepiness factor before you even start the game. However, whether it's true or not, that's up for you to decide. The story of Mario the Music Box starts off as Mario goes to investigate an old house near the Mushroom Kingdom, where a lot of people have gone in over the years but none have returned. For whatever reason, Princess Peach wanted to join in on the adventure, but as Mario was concerned about Princess Peach's safety, he left her behind and rushed into the house beforehand. Now, I don't know why these stories always go like this, but I would bring an army to such a place to make sure that the creepy stuff doesn't happen. But oh well, once inside, Mario discovers a lonely music box, which would set off events that would try to drive him mad, terrify him, and also get him killed along the way. Now, why would you take such an unnatural box with you is anyone's guess, but that's how the story goes. The gameplay mechanics of Mario the Music Box are really simple, as they always tend to be with the RPG Maker titles. You have your 4 arrow keys moving you around on a top-down view, one button to use the objects and the other one for opening menus. That's pretty much the whole set of keys you will be using. The general gameplay revolves around exploring the mansion and discovering what had happened to its inhabitants, whilst trying not to get yourself killed in the process. There are items to search in every nook and cranny, and puzzles to solve with either trying to brute force the puzzles through, or learning valuable information from different sources such as spirits, notes, etc. There's also a disclaimer in the beginning of the game, which essentially tells you that a nosy person is a dead person. And as you might think, there are a lot of traps in this game, so prepare to lose your lot of lives, just by trial and error. Luckily, the game sports a pretty good save game feature, so that you won't lose as much progress in case you mess up. And mess up things you will. Now, what is not so lucky about this game is that a lot of the time you will have a long dialogue prior to a battle scene, and saving is not allowed during combat, and you really cannot skip any of the dialogues in this game. And that's one of the biggest gripes that I have with this title. There are so many occasions where you save the game, walk into a room with the combat starting, have a huge dialogue between characters which you cannot skip, thus wasting your time, and then you're left with trial and error solutions to the combat situation. You will die a lot, and you will have to go through the whole dialogue all over again, slowly. That just ruins the whole flow of the game for me. Why can't you skip the dialogue? I mean, you can speed it up just a bit, but not enough. It is really tedious, and as a bonus, you cannot really skip the end credits either. I'm just putting it out there. That's a dick move. Also, unfortunately, there are quick time events, or as I put it, button mashing events, which literally just tell you to harass your keyboard spacebar at an incredible rate. That I was not really happy about as well. They are not difficult or anything, but mostly annoying as hell, as they seem to tie in with the previous point rather frequently as well, meaning that you would go through a whole bunch of unskippable dialogue, have a QTE, mash the crap out of your spacebar, do trial and error solutions, mash the QTE again, die, reload, rinse and repeat. You have been warned. Now, the presentation of the Mario the Music Box is actually really pleasant when you consider the default options which come with the RPG Maker games. The artwork is done nicely for all the menus, color design and character artwork fits together with the world presentation really well. Character drawings are clear and full of emotions, whilst lacking any kind of real imperfection like odd graphics import glitches. Audio regarding the music and sound effects is also quite nicely done. There are not very many default sounds used, and the ones created for the project are done really nicely. The ambient music might repeat from time to time, so you will notice the loop, but it's really not that bad. In addition to that, the main tune is one of those melodies which can get a little bit stuck in your head for a while. And that's a really good sign. But if we were to talk a bit about the downsides of the presentation, then the main limitation for the game lies really in its engine. As it is using the RPG Maker base, then the same limitations essentially apply to Mario the Music Box as well. Mainly the resolution, which is limited to 640 by 480. Now, I'm generally not complaining about these kind of things, as I understand that there are limitations to the way that the RPG Maker libraries have been set up. However, with that being said, the annoyance with this comes more with the monitor that I use. To be honest, it is not even a monitor at all. I'm using a 32-inch LG TV as my main screen, which supports various resolutions whilst going up to 1080p. However, the screen is not suitable for the old 4:3 screen resolutions. When this happens, I get bits of the screen chopped off from the top and bottom edges of the screen. It is not unplayable, but definitely is annoying. But as said, this is just a personal gripe due to my own setup and faults. All in all, Mario the Music Box is a short but enjoyable fan game with horror elements. I really cannot say that I was scared during my playthrough of the game. There are no jump scares in the game, and even though the atmosphere is good, it really lacks an antagonist who you'd be freaked out about meeting. For the most part of the game, I just enjoyed the story, and the other half I was frustrated with the unskippable dialogues and cutscenes. The whole experience took me around 2 to 3 hours to complete for multiple endings, and a good portion of it was due to the unskippable nature of the dialogue. So it is rather short, but to consider that it's free, well, no hard feelings, right? It's all good. So if you like the RPG Maker style horror/puzzle games, then I would say go for it. Just be aware that you might get really annoyed with the unskippable parts of the game and really don't expect much horror from it. It's a short fan tale, or that's how I'd put it. But have you played Mario the Music Box so far? Or are you planning on checking it out? Leave your thoughts down in the comment box below and let's have a discussion about it. And as it is time for me to wrap things up, then I would like to bid you all a jolly fare-thee-well and would like to thank you for watching. Hopefully you learned something new and now you know whether this game is interesting enough for you to check it out or not. So with that being said, thank you again for watching and may your dialogues always be skippable when you need them to be. Bye bye.